Hi, welcome to another lesson of our quadratic equation course. The lesson we are going to do today is completing the square, our learning objectives. The learning objective is solving quadratics by completing the square. So let us start. This is the general equation of a quadratics. There must be an x squared term. Without x squared term, this is not a quadratic equation. I got here an example, a bracket x plus 3 square. We call this a complete square because nothing is missing. We got an complete. Now let us expand this and see what we got. Okay, since there's a square, we are going to get double brackets. The first one will be x plus 3 and the second one will be x plus 3. And we have learned how to expand double brackets. So that gives us x squared, 3x, another 3x, 3 times 3 gives you 9. Okay, x squared. Those two middle terms are like terms. Add them together, 6x plus 9. So that's what we have seen. It's easy, we have seen it before. Let us do one more. Okay, x plus 4. And let us square it. If we square that gives you x plus 4 one side, another x plus 4 in the other bracket. Okay, let us expand it. That gives you x squared, 4 times x 4x, 4 times x 4x again, 4 times 4 is 16, so this way you go. That gives you x squared, 4 add 4 is 8x, plus 16. Okay, so it's not hard, easy, straightforward. Now suppose that we got this. We got expanded expression and we need to get the brackets back. To be able to do that, let us see what we've done so far and let us analyze it and see how we move from here to there. Now if you compare this one with this one, x squared become x and the 6 become 3. Which simply means you square root this one and you have this one. Is that the case for this example? Yes, you had x squared here. To go back, you got x. You had 8, you got 4. So you square root this one and you have this one. Let's do that for this one. Okay, so that's equal sign. We got x plus, what's half of 2? 1, and then square. Let us check if we expand this one, if we can get the blue expression. So that's x plus 1 and another x plus 1. Expand it. X times x gives you x squared. X times 1 gives you x. 1 times x gives you x. 1 times 1 gives you 1. X squared. The two middle terms are like. Add them together. Plus 1. This is exactly the blue. So this is how you get the complete square back. Those two examples shows you how to expand a complete square. And this one shows you how to get the complete square back. How do you do? You square root this one and you half this one and you square it. That's it. I got here a few questions for you to try, which are similar to what we've done in the example. Stop the video now and try them. Fine, I think you have tried, so let's do it together. This x plus 2 and another x plus 2. If you expand it, x squared plus 2x plus 2x plus 4. X squared, the two middle terms are like terms, add them together. This one can do exactly the same way. X minus 4, x minus 4. If we expand it, x squared minus 5x minus 5x plus 25. Minus 5 times minus 5 gives you plus 25. That gives you x squared minus 10x plus 25. Go down, x plus, still remember what we done here? Half it and square it. This is how you do it. This is how you get the complete square back, and this is how you expand if you get a complete square. Now the question now is, how is this going to help us to solve the quadratic equations? And that is what you are going to see in the next slide. So in this slide it says this equation given, write as complete square and solve the equation. Complete square means square root down and half down. We got it here. Now if we expand this one, are we going to get that blue equation back? Well, let's see it. Expanding, so x we need to square the x, we need to double the 6 to get 12x, and we need to square the 6 to get 36. Now x squared, 12x, here we got 10, but here we got 36. So this expression here, this complete square, must be corrected by 26 to get the 10 back. And that's what I'm going to write down here. So the blue equation now becomes x plus 6 squared. Since that gives you 36, I need to take away 26 to get plus 10 back. Okay, now let us solve this. Let us solve it for x. So step by step, x plus 6 squared equals 26. Take 26 to the other side. Now you need to square root it. X plus 6 equals plus or minus 26. Take 6 to the other side and change the sign. Minus 6 plus or minus 26. As we have seen a number of times, whenever we got plus or minus, it gives us 2. And one time for the minus. So minus 6 minus 26. This is how you solve it. So you got your equation. This time this blue equation. You write down as complete square. Square root down, half down. See what you expand, whether you get it. And correct it if there's an extra or less. This time it becomes 36 and I need 10. So I need to correct it by 26. This is how you do it. Okay? I got here an example for you to try. So stop the video and try. It says write as complete square and solve the equation. Stop the video now and try it. Fine, I think you have tried. So if we complete the square, we need to square root that one. We need to half this one and square. That's what we got it. But if we expand it, we will go x squared minus 4x plus 4. That's what we got. You can make double brackets and expand it, but that's what you got it. If you compare this with the blue, x squared is fine, 4x is fine, but here we got 3, and here we got 4. So guess what we need to correct this one? From 4 to 3, we need to take away 1. That's not hard. So the blue equation will become now x minus 2 is squared, take away 1, and that equals to 0. That is what it is. Solve this one. Okay, solve it for x. So x minus 2 is squared. Take 1 to the other side. That gives you 1. Okay, square root both sides. X minus 2 equals plus or minus square root 1. Square root 1. Okay, take 2 to the other side. That gives you 2 plus or minus square root 1. And because we got plus or minus, we know it generates 2. That gives you 2 plus square root 1 is 1, and that gives you 3. The x2 is when we use the minus sign. So 2 minus 1, and that gives you 1. This is the two solutions. If you look this equation now, this blue equation, this is factorizable. So let us factorize and see if we got the same answers. Okay? So, factorize means open two brackets. Okay? Fill x, the first one. Okay? And then two numbers, when I times them, gives me plus 3. They must have the same sign. And when I add them, gives me minus 4. Both of them must be minus. And that's minus 3 and minus 1. And that must be. That gives you x equals 3 from this side and equals 1 from this side. Exactly what we got when we use completing the square. This is how we use completing the square to solve the equations. This time the equation is factorizable, and I have chosen on paper so that we can compare the two answers. But the question in the example was not factorizable, but the complete square helped us to solve it. Okay, thank you for your listening. Please make sure that you complete the worksheet that goes with it. Use the answer sheet to mark it. And thank you for watching, and see you in another interesting lesson.